Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing good, everyone's chilling, going about their day nice and lovely. Today we are going to be taking on more Tainted Judas. Unfortunately last time I was like half asleep, half awake, I don't know. Optimistic or pessimism, either way. I was kind of just out of it, you know? I was recording because I needed to, and I was mad tired, you know? Because I had just finished, one, watching Tron, two, eating nothing literally all day because wisdom tooth extraction / removal recovery has been hell on me to just eat, consume any sort of anything. It's been bad, you know, it just kind of sucks. It's been bad. So, for the most part, I've kind of just been like existing, trying to eat any soupy thing I can find to the best of my ability. Although yesterday, I forget if I mentioned this, although yesterday I was fine enough to like eat soft tacos from Taco Bell for the first time. So I'm gonna be honest with you, even though I've never really had soft tacos from Taco Bell like that, and you might, you know, Taco Bell, oh, you know, Taco Bell, it's not the greatest thing for you. Yeah, I understand it may not be the most nutritious or whatever, but god damn it, when I ate it, did it feel good. I'm gonna be so real with you. Gosh darn it, did it feel phenomenal to eat what felt like a real meal once again. You know what I mean, man? Granted, I have been eating good food. I feel like mainly it's just the homemade stuff. That's like the homemade stuff here. I can only ever really eat like soup. I don't know how to make pho. I don't know how to make ramen, you know, shit like that. So it makes it a lot harder to kind of just deal with it, I guess, for lack of a better term. You know what I mean? Makes it just a little bit harder to just deal with it, suck it up, whatever. But it is what it is, you know, is what it in fact is. I'm kind of just chilling, you know, existing. Ace of Hearts. Oh, I had a yawn, I'm so sorry, my bad. Why am I saying that like y'all could like see? Or maybe you guys could have heard like the gases escaping or something, I don't know. But yeah, my bad, I had to yawn real quick for a second there. God, man. I am so not tired. I guess I am a little bit tired because today actually was pretty fun. A pretty eventful day. Not much really happened in the aspect of like I don't really know how to describe it. Ooh, Luna with, all right, I want this to be remembered. Luna with these glasses, all right, it's gonna be really solid. Let's see if this pays out with anything. You know, we can actually test it now. I think 6 minimum on hard mode. Awesome. Now I know to never walk in there. But yeah, like I was saying, man, nothing in particular like crazy happened, I guess. It was more so, it was just a nice eventful day. I took my ass to go watch. Me and my friends, we had actually gone to San Francisco for the sole purpose of going to visit the De Young Museum and go see an art exhibit regarding the art of manga. And they had, personally, my favorite manga artist, or mangaka, or whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know the shit like that. That's on me, my bad. Mangaka. I forgot why I said it like that. I remember it was my friend. We were making fun of some shit. You know, people that say it like that. We were making fun of people that say it like that. My favorite, you know, manga artist, author, whatever you want to call them. Hirohiko Araki. His artwork was posted up there at the museum, and I'm gonna be real with you. I was excited to go because one, it's Hirohiko Araki, and two, I thought the art that, like, you know, it would be sick to see all of the art stuff, even just not just Araki's. And I do gotta say, it was damn good. It was, I genuinely gotta say, it was an amazing time to go to the exhibit. It was great, and like, overall lots of fun, but there was also this one instance, I don't really know how to describe it, but like, it was me and my friend. We were like chilling, we were looking at this one specific image. It was Jolene, drawn by Araki, next to a Giorno, and there were these like ladies right next to us. While we were looking at like the Giorno picture, there were these ladies right next to us looking at the Jolene one, and oh my goodness, bro, it was like kind of apparent that they've never really seen JoJo or not familiar with it, so they were kind of mainly just there just for the like exhibit as a whole. And oh my god, dude, the way that they were talking about what's it called? You know, the way they were talking about the art that they saw regarding like Araki's art and whatnot, I'm not gonna lie, it was like low-key enlightening, bro. You know what I mean? In my mind, I was like, damn, hold up. Like, they're over here. The one thing that stood out to me, I very well remember, is they were commenting on this one specific portrait of Jolene. And they were commenting about how, like, the art for it is insanely good. Like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, you can see, like, the pursed lips and how the stand is, like, you know, what you would call a stand. They were just like, this other character, like, matches, like, really well. You know, it's like, they were low-key giving, like, some real kind of critique type shit. And I was just watching, like, kind of, it feels weird to say listening in, because you know what I mean, like, I don't want to be a creepo kind of deal, like I'm not, but it was just enlightening, bro, to like hear how they were speaking on it. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, hold up, these ladies on another level compared to me, man. Like, I'm over here looking at it and being like, wow, the art is like, it's stunning. The fact that this was put out on a monthly basis also baffled me, and I would just be looking in depth. Maybe I just can't put it into words, but I would just be looking in depth at the images and just seeing the backgrounds, how detailed they were, and just overall, just like it really is just like pieces of art, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I really am just looking at like whole ass pieces of art. That's how it felt to me. I was just like, man, this shit is like TS tough, you know? I don't know, I said TS, but I was just like, bro, this goes hard, you know what I mean? This goes crazy. Wait a minute, I've altered the timeline. Have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen? I altered the timeline. I must enter. That shit was also ass. I hate this game so much. I need glowing hourglass. I do like red candle, but glowing hourglass is just so peak, man. How can you pick up? How can you hate on it? But dude, it was just like, you know what I mean? I just felt like an amateur. It low-key felt to me like I was like, am I doing this right? Am I intaking this art and experiencing it the right way if I'm going to an exhibit? I'm gonna be real. I was a little baffled. I was a little like, man, hold up. These ladies are onto something. And it was just really funny to kind of like see and acknowledge, you know what I mean? Especially for like, I guess, maybe not how dumb the concept is, but like this person is experiencing this art exhibit it like better than me. They're doing it right, I'm doing it wrong. You know what I mean? The thought of that, I think, is really funny. But I mean, genuinely as a whole though, it was damn good. The art exhibit was great. I did see another one of my favorite artists, being Junji Ito. However, the only issue that I kind of really had with the Junji Ito section is that it was unironically one piece of artwork submitted by Junji Ito. I don't know if it was submitted, like if that's how it works, or they only like, they ask them for one piece of art, but it was genuinely only one. And I was just a little, you know, I was a little sad because I was like, man, I really do wish it was more than just this one image. It was like a promotional image for something new Junji Ito's working on. Something regarding Ahab. You know, like I'm pretty sure Ahab from like Moby Dick, you know what I mean? So I was just like, that looks cool. I can't wait to read it, you know, or take a look at it, because it does look pretty interesting, you know. But that was it. That was all there was, though. You know what I mean? I then remember like trying to look around to see what else is there. Like, nope, nothing else. It was like an in-between exhibit in between one going to the other, a transitionary exhibit or whatever. And like, I was gonna make a joke. Yeah, I'll fucking make a joke. I already came out. The freaking there was an exhibit for what was an author making like, it's just fucked up to say, but it was an author that was making like gay manga, you know, and a part of me was kind of just like, I mean, it makes sense. It's San Francisco. Once again, no diss. San Francisco is a very, you know, LGBTQ friendly city. And it was just kind of funny to me seeing that it was there, you know what I mean? But it was genuinely good art, honestly. Genuinely really good art. I forget the artist's name, because I didn't take any pictures. I did see there was a sign or whatever that was like, no flash photography. And also, if you do, like, I think, maybe I'm misinterpreting it or whatever, but it was like, any picture taken, like, you cannot take pictures of individual artworks. So I was thinking like, oh, I can like take a picture of like bulk art, you know, like these three, not exhibits, but like these three art pieces together. But I can't like go in and take a picture of one in specific. And it kind of just had me like I don't know, I don't want the security over here thinking like, oh, this motherfucker trying to like steal the art, or not actually steal the art, you know what I mean? Take pictures of it, bro. He's trying to snap photos of this shit. Kill him. So I was just like, I'll forget it. I just won't take any photos. So, that sucks. But, fortunately, a friend of mine did get an exhibit book that has all the artists / authors' names on there. And it was great, overall. I'll be real with y'all. It was a nice time. It was pretty solid. Then proceeded to get me some ramen afterwards, and life-changing experience for Tony here. We got ramen because one, it was a food I can eat, and two, there was like it's a ramen place, so there was most likely going to be more food that wasn't ramen, like karage appetizers, tonkatsu, stuff like that my other friend could eat because he's not like a soup guy. And while I was eating, in my buffoonery, I was thinking, oh, you know, it's kind of just like pho noodles. I can low-key kind of just slurp / guzzle this down. Perfectly fine. No ifs, ands, or buts, and I'll be good coming out the other end. I then proceeded to, you know, guzzle down some ramen. I think I took too much, because the noodles weren't soft. They weren't soft noodles. Like they weren't like kind of like breaking apart mad easy on the tongue kind of feel. And then I proceeded to almost choke. I did, not even almost, I did choke. And I had to self Heimlich maneuver right then and there in the middle of the freaking restaurant. Granted, the restaurant was pretty empty and I was kind of like, you know, it's gonna be such a funny ass statement to say, like on some nonchalant shit, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't making a big deal about choking or whatever. It was just like everyone else at the table was like, Tony, you good? Like, oh my God, you know? Another friend of mine, shout out my friend. He did try to help me. And like, you know, he got in position to do the Heimlich maneuver, but by the time he was about to start compressing or whatever, I was like, I'm good, you know? I'm good, I'm chilling. I had already managed to self Heimlich, like, thank God I found out about this. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Low key learning like life-saving tech like that is a crazy blessing, because sometimes you learn about it through the most random way. You know, I don't think I've ever really had training for it besides like CPR training that was mandatory because I used, you know, working in a healthcare setting or whatever. But oh yeah, I remember now. Because when I used to work at CVS, we had like, for some reason we were one of the we were a CVS that did like COVID tests or whatever. And in order to like properly administer and do those via like the you know, like us and not a manual home test kit, whoever was the one doing it had to learn how to do CPR and like training and stuff like that. So that was me. I became the fall guy. Oh, that was a bad joke. But yeah, I became the fall guy, so I learned how to do it. But in my CPR training, like I didn't learn how to. I think maybe I did. I could be stupid, but you know, how to self Heimlich or whatever. I might have just saw like a random YouTube video where it was like, if you're ever, you know, like some Zach D film shit, like if you're ever choking, be sure to do this. And so I started dead ass just choking, man. And I was like, oh fuck, this is, you know, in my mind, I was like, this is it. I've done it. I've gone too far. My greed, my hubris has caught up to me into thinking I can scarf anything down. Ultimate human kind of deal. And so I just, to the best of my ability, bro, I just proceeded to ball my hand into a fist, kind of a little bit under where your heart is, like the sort of, like kind of see where your heart is, you know, and then go a little bit under that, kind of like, I want to say, I don't even know, man. I'm trying to feel it myself. Like below your chest slightly, ball your hand into a fist, put one, like, you know, lay that fist on your chest and just another hand on top, press down, bro. Just start hitting your fucking chest, dude. Or at least a little, start hitting that shit. Don't take the advice from me, by the way. If you want to learn how to self Heimlich, go freaking look that up. You know, I'm definitely not describing it well enough to save a life. But you know, I did that shit. I genuinely just like did that shit to myself. And I just, in the end, I just tanked it, bro. You know what I mean? I have no other words to describe it other than this stupid ass term. But in the end, I just low key just had to tank it. You know what I mean? You over here and you damn near choke to death, you know? No, I didn't damn near choke to death, but you know, I couldn't breathe, so that was something. You start choking, you just gotta learn to just, all right, I just low-key gotta tank that shit and play it off, you know? Don't follow my advice of just tank it and play it off, by the way. Please don't. Please, I'm just saying shit. But you know. I did essentially have like, I guess like, I don't know, a near-death experience. COD Zombies reference. My bad. And it was something crazy. I'm real with you. Just thinking about it, it was indeed something crazy. I think that I somehow learned this secret tech. And also I had a friend there that was willing to help. You know, like I said, bro dove into action frame one, but by that point, you know, I was already good. I had already managed to spit it out. And I was just like, man. And I then proceeded to ask for a free refill of noodles and eat more. Because I was hungry as shit. I mean, I couldn't eat anything else, you know what I mean? I literally only drank coffee in the morning because I knew it would stave off the hunger a bit. I got there hungry as hell. We walked around San Francisco in a museum for like some time, more like for like steps, you know, already at that point clocked in like 7,000-8,000 steps walking around. I was just like, all right, I'm hungry, you know? I think I could low-key use a meal. And when you start like choking midway through the meal and you come out the other end still low-key a little hungry, you're like, I'm gonna finish this food, bro. Yeah, shit was crazy. I'm gonna be so real with y'all. Shit was genuinely insane. Am I traumatized? I'll be real with y'all, not really. In my mind of minds, in my heart of hearts, I guess I'm just thinking, I'm pretty sure I would have come out the other end fine. And two, I mean, I knew how to do it to myself, so I was able to help myself. And even if not, my friend was there ready to start, you know, doing the Heimlich or whatever. She was crazy, man. She was genuinely, I think I gotta say, maybe not bottom 5 experience. Oh, this might sound, I know. You guys are gonna hear what I'm gonna have to say, and you guys are gonna think I'm some insane, you know, dumb little bitch or whatever. But I'm gonna be so real with y'all. I don't even think it was like bottom 5 experience all time. I think genuinely there was a worse moment in that day, and it was when I was riding the freaking bus. When we were riding the bus to go to the museum off like the BART station or whatever, bro. Oh my god, there was this lady who was on the bus. The bus was packed as shit, so we had to like kind of stand up in the front, and there was this lady who, I don't know what the fuck her deal was, man, but there was no room on the bus. Me and my friend were both like kind of away from her, you know what I mean? Because we didn't want to cramp her style or anything. Apologies. Oi! I forgot I was in the middle of an active room. My apologies, I was talking to my mom real quick. But yeah, it was, what was the word I'm thinking of? There was this lady, and like me and my friend, we were trying our best not to like crowd on her because she was like an older, you know, some older lady. Like the elderly, like age bracket. And I was just like, all right, I don't want to cramp her style. I don't want to like be crowding up on her. I don't want her to like, please move. So me and my friend, we both like kind of kept a decent distance or whatever. And she was like, can you please move out of the way? And I was just like, I mean, I don't know. I just ignored it. I'm gonna be so rude. It might be the rude thing to do, but I just started ignoring whatever she was saying. Because in my mind, I'm like, bro, like I'm already at like a safe distance. You know what I mean? I'm already at like a good distance. I don't know what you want me to do. Like this bitch crowded as hell. This bus is crowded as shit. I can't move anywhere, you know what I mean? But was still like, can you please move? And then 2 stops later, some dude gets in, other people get out. So there's a little bit of space, but unfortunately, like the space kind of in front of her, nothing, you know what I mean? Not much space to go there. So dude in front of her, just has to like, dude has to just like kind of like stand in front of her, and she immediately is like, you know, can you move please? You know, I'm thinking that's normal or whatever, but then the guy does something I would not have done, all right? I'm gonna be real with you. This is where I think bro low-key messed up. He starts doing something I would not have done. Bro starts fighting back, all right? And he's like, oh, you know, I'm not in your way. And just like, yes, you are. Can you please get out of my way? And it's like, well, I'm sorry, we're on a bus, you know, there's not much place to move. And then she's like, can you just please step back? You know, she's obviously getting a little irritated at the fact that like the guy is kind of standing in front of her. But to come to bro's defense, there was literally nowhere else to stand. You know what I mean? Like, unironically, he was just doing the best he could with what he was given. And this lady was out here, like, low-key kind of getting a little upset at him. And what the fuck move was that? Hello? I've never seen the horny boys do that. It low-key got to the point where, oh yeah, where, what's it called, bro? She was like kind of just obviously upset at him for, I'm gonna be real with you, she was obviously upset at him for some reason. Once again, I'm with bro on this one. There was nowhere else to move in that cramped ass bus. All right, not much we could have done. To be completely honest with you, there was just not much we could have done in that cramped ass space. But whatever, you know, is what it is, I guess. And then she just gets fed up or whatever, and she offers the guy her seat so she can get up and stand up and like move away. And the guy gladly takes it or whatever. And apparently, bro, he was sitting next to my friend at that point because my friend was able to get a seat next to her and just kind of try and ignore any rambling. And bro looks at my friend and he's like, you know, oh, like, you know, she starts being like, oh, she was being a bitch and now, you know, she's giving up her seat. How polite. And I didn't hear this until after I got off the fucking bus. And I'm just like, bro, that is insanity. And not only that though, but it just is crazy, man. This is genuinely insane level storytelling, because then it gets even crazier to where we get off the freaking bus, you know what I mean? Or she gets off the bus like a few stops later, but on the in-between there's a guy that got on and he's like signaling me to kind of like, hey, can you pull the little stop thing? And he's not speaking English, like he's just kind of like signaling. So part of me is thinking, oh, most likely, you know, dude's foreigner, maybe he doesn't know how to signal exactly or say exactly, can you pull the stop sign or whatever, or something, all right? But I'm just like, from his signs, I'm picking up on what he's trying to tell me. So I go to pull the sign. My friend directly in front of me and also standing right behind the old lady now standing. I guess she sees that he's trying to signal, the foreigner's trying to signal. And she looks over at my friend and he's like, hey, dumbass, pull the thing. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm just like, what the fuck is this bitch's problem, man? You know, I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is your deal, old lady? It's gonna sound mean as fuck, and I mean this in the most non-mean way possible. I want you to know that I love women. In my mind, I'm just thinking, bitch, what's your deal? You know? Why are you so fucking negative all the time? My friend who's like looking away, you know, not paying attention to the guy being signaling to me, mind you, signaling to me, can you go like pull the lever? And I'm, you know, like, oh, I'm reaching for it. And then she sees he's like, you know, she sees the foreigner signaling and she's like, hey, dumbass, pull the thing. It's on my friend.
Spent it. It's gone.
And I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I mean, man? I was just fucking baffled, man. I'm gonna be so rude. I was just baffled because I'm like, I didn't know someone could be this big of an a-hole, you know? There's probably worse people out there, but still, you know, for public transit at like 11 a.m., why are you being such a fucking dickhead? You know? It's just crazy. It's genuinely like, the entire experience is fun to laugh at, you know, afterwards, but going through it, I was just like, man, this bitch sucks. What's your deal, lady? You know what I mean? I'm just like, bro, what the hell? this blows. Yeah, it's just, you know, you look back on it and you're like, man, what a fucking ordeal. And also, all right, also, if we're talking about bottom 5 experiences all time, you know, choking did suck. It did suck not breathing for a bit. It definitely felt horrible. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. That eye shit that happened to me back in junior year of high school, that was definitely worse. Easily, I think, gotta be unironically the worst suffering I've ever had to go through. I may not have been dying, but it damn for sure felt like it. You know what I mean? Not being able to breathe does suck, and it does have its weird pain to it. But god damn it, is getting a needle stuck in your eye feel like they're just fucking you, bro.
Shut up!
Taking back shots from the front in my eye. It was horrible, man. I can never think, I'm not traumatized about like eating, you know, or choking again, but that damn eye experience traumatized the hell out of me for anything involving needles, bro, or the like eye stuff, you know what I mean? I may never recover as a human being from that experience, but you best believe I'm still about to be taking big ass bites out of like some fucking ramen shit that I get next time, you know? Granted, you know, the whole reason this happened is because of the whole wisdom tooth. In my mind, I'm like being overly cautious, and I'm not chewing food I should low-key be chewing kind of deal, because in my mind I'm like, well, I don't want to chew it while I'm out and then it gets like lodged in the little fucking hole in the back of my throat. Not hole in the back of my throat, the hole in my you know, near my molars. I think it was genuinely just a what's the word I'm thinking of? Genuinely just like an oversight kind of deal, you know what I mean? I made a dumb decision to consume a little too quickly and a little too recklessly for the sake of paranoia regarding eating. But damn if it don't make for a good story, you know? Damn if it don't make for a good story to tell. It's just crazy, man. You know, shit is just crazy to me, dare I say. Alright! Hey, back up! Range brothers out the roof were not the Waynes. He's Baby Keem. I was listening to, oh my god, dude. I remember seeing it was like, I think low-key craziest 3 music run in my playlist, and it was The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars, you know, Jared Leto, into Range Brothers with Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar, into Moonlight Sonata, you know, like Beethoven. It low-key might be my craziest three song run in the Tony playlist. Shit was genuinely baffling to listen to back to back to back, but god damn it if Arlo's songs aren't good as hell, you know what I mean? Those 3 songs I just listened to, that 3-song run was like, it was a 3-song run of like joy and happiness, you know what I mean? I know how people feel about Jared Leto. I do too, believe me. I'm also weirded out by the guy, and like just overall, I'm aware that he might not be the greatest human being ever, you know. I was very weary of him in fucking, what's it called? Tron Ares. And I don't want y'all thinking me giving some credit for his casting is me enabling any whatever from this fucker, by the way. He sucks, and that's that 100,000%.
Going. Wait. We need you. Your son needs you.
But the song is good, you know? The song The Kill is unfortunately like top 10 Call of Duty background montage tracks of all time. You know what I mean? We've all seen that one COD 4 edit. I think it's just in general like a Call of Duty edit, but it starts off on COD 4 on that one map. He's using like the M40 and he's sniping with it, but it's, you know, you know exactly which one I'm talking about too. It's the one where that one like streamer lady, she's not crying, but she's like yelling about like the animals are leaving or whatever, which is crazy. Honestly, genuinely top 5 low-key craziest statements of all time. The animals are leaving, bro, to where? You know, what do you mean they're leaving? What's happening? Where are the animals going to if they are leaving us? You know, like low-key type shit, you know, like just like, okay. But also besides that, she's, you know, like, oh, the animals are leaving. It's just you and me or whatever. And could we ask for anything more? Something like that. I can't get the rant down. But y'all have seen the video where this lady is yelling about this, and then while she starts yelling, it slowly fades in to a Call of Duty edit, a Call of Duty montage of The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars. And I'll be real with you, bro. I'll be damned if I don't say for 1000% certainty that shit ain't good. But it is unfortunately top 5 Call of Duty montage songs of all time. You know, shit's crazy. Unfortunately, I don't think COD will ever reach that level of goatedness again. I'm gonna be real with y'all. You know, I've had this like internal monologue to myself a little bit. I'm gonna be real with y'all, alright? I've been thinking about this because of Battlefield 6 hype, you know? Battlefield 6 hype, and also me personally being hyped for Black Ops 7 because of Call of Duty Zombies. And that is, one, you know, I'm excited for BO7, and I was very excited for Battlefield 6. Unfortunately though, you know, I'm not blind. I'm not some COD fanboy that can't see the sun, you know, I can't see the light. I genuinely do see that COD is losing its what's it called? Maybe not its audience, but it is definitely losing a whole bunch of people due to just maybe some decision making people don't agree with, and just overall, I'm gonna be real with you, just a lower quality product that has been getting lower in quality almost every single year. And I'm glad Battlefield 6 is coming out to be over here and eat what's it called? Eat Black Ops 7's lunch, because I'm gonna be real with you. I am excited to know and find out, you know, I'm not, maybe not find out might not be the right term, but look, all right, let's be honest here, okay? There is a very good and non-zero chance that one of the main reasons there are so many positive changes to Black Ops 7 in terms of its zombies isn't due to the, you know, is due to the fact that Battlefield 6 is coming out and its multiplayer during the beta was stellar. The multiplayer during the beta, stellar. The new game came out and I do want to try it. However, I have not hopped on yet. I haven't bought the game, haven't hopped on Battlefield 7 yet, or Battlefield 6 yet. But there is a non-zero chance that due and large to one, the multiplayer for Battlefield 6 being so popular and people being so excited for it, that Black Ops 7 has essentially had to not change course, but lock in, you know what I mean? Because one, comments everywhere are crazy that I've seen being like, oh, we will not be playing this game, bro. We will be pre-ordering Battlefield 6. See you guys October 10th. You know what I mean? So, as a Zombies fan, a part of me is schizo post here, schizo post, schizo theory here. The reason why Zombies is getting so much, maybe not love, might that be the correct word, but the reason why I guess they're like correcting, you know what I mean? They're trying to make it a good experience from the looks of it, you know, the open beta for survival. Thankfully, I didn't pre-order, I just waited for the open beta to come out. But playing the open beta for Zombies was genuinely very, very fun. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of the systems. And hopefully with the cursed mode, I'll be able to tune those systems to my own personal liking of how I want my personal Zombies experience to be played. You know what I mean? But I can for sure say, at least compared to Bleo 6, art direction wise, sound wise, the game is a crazy good upgrade. You know what I mean? The game sounds phenomenal. Like the audio, the music, stuff like that, game sounds great. And also the game atmospheric, you know, in an atmospheric way and whatnot, looks really damn good too. I'm genuinely excited for the Zombies aspect of it, which doesn't need to be stated, Battlefield just doesn't have, you know? As much as I might want Battlefield 6 to have cool zombies, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've gone on this rant many a time, but a part of me kind of just wishes that Treyarch in general didn't have a giant monopoly on good zombie survival game mode. Might be thinking, Tony, just play Skur Ritual. It just don't got it the way Treyarch do it, you know? They just don't do it the way Treyarch does. Tony, play Left 4 Dead. I have hundreds of hours on that game. It's very fun. However, shooting zombies, getting points, buying perks and whatnot kind of only seems to, that formula only really exists insanely well in Treyarch games. So to me, personally, the thought of the multiplayer aspect of Black Ops 7 essentially being really clouded by Battlefield 6's multiplayer has me excited to think, all right, we need to lock in and we need to secure a audience, because it seems like we might lose our multiplayer audience to Battlefield 6. We need to at least secure something they don't have, and that is the zombies. Is that a schizo theory? They probably don't give a fuck, or they're just doing this for money, you know? Up to you. Up to you to decide. I'm merely posting in my own dread delusion, dare I say. Know what I mean, man? Nah, I mean. Walkie slush, sorry. That thing is in fact bleeding, Pete. But you know, I'm genuinely just like, man, I really do hope Black Ops 7 Zombies turns out to be good. I hope Treyarch has secured better rights, might not be the right word, but better terms for their artists, two, their voice actors, so we don't, you know, have to deal with an entire section of the game essentially being lost, not to time, but due to ongoing strikes and the fact that Activision, you know, didn't want to secure these said rights for their VAs, or said terms for their VAs, pretty much have to deal with like a shift in one of the longtime main characters of COD Zombies being changed voice actresses, and also an entire map being made where the end cutscene is first off, no intro cutscenes for a lot of the maps, and B, where there is an intro cutscene, the main characters do not speak, and in the outro cutscene, the main characters also don't say a single word, and no new voice lines for the map, just making it all feel so weird. You know what I mean? And I don't say make it feel weird in a bad way for like me. More so, it's just like, guys, just treat your people better, man. You know what I mean? Just treat your people better. Shit's crazy. Unironically, I think shit is crazy. The Tomb sucks. BO6 Zombies as a whole, to me, was solid. I did like the gameplay, but I'm well aware of the heights that it once had, and I wish it could reach those heights. It is what it is. Anyways, want to thank y'all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on time reviewing this. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.